If I hear someone say streaming movies again, I'll go nuts. Why do I say this? Because streaming movies is used as a degrading label, and as a filmmaker myself, I find it a little bit offensive. It's a term thrown around so much that it almost feels meaningless. It's just a streaming movie. It feels like it was made for streaming. What does that mean? That because it's a Netflix original or an Amazon original or a Disney Plus original, that it's automatically bad and not worthy of being called a film? Wake Up Dead Man just came out, and after whatever the hell Glass Onion was, Rian Johnson remembered what made Knives Out great. This is a well-written, complex, mind-bending murder mystery with a cast that rivals Knives Out. Benoit Blanc's personality never gets old, but what really made this great was the outstanding cinematography, and it was only aided by the gothic and lived-in setting that we're thrown into. It's another great whodunit. This is a movie that was made to be released on streaming, but it is the quality of a cinema-released film. Streaming doesn't automatically mean bad. Normally it doesn't mean great, but there are quality exceptions like Wake Up Dead Man. I want to clarify that I am not the biggest streaming fan, and I'm not going to comment on the Netflix and Warner Brothers situation. But I'm making this video because I find it pathetic to degrade creative arts with a label like this. I do agree that generally speaking, streaming has diluted art. The fun of it, the beauty of it, the cinematography, the storytelling, all diluted. All because of money, content demand which rushes productions, technical rules, etc, etc. It's a big threat to cinema, the way that movies should be seen. Now, I absolutely hate the word content, but the amount of content produced to fill up a streaming service makes watching things less special. Streaming is something that only recently became profitable, and there's so many streaming services that you have to spend so much money to be able to watch anything now. I will always prefer the cinema experience and owning DVDs and Blu-rays. I applaud when a movie like Top Gun Maverick refused to come out on streaming and held on to a cinema release, saving cinema. Now, I'm not saying that cinema isn't about printing money or that everything in cinema is good art. No way. But the big screen will always be the best way to go. But there are two sides to this coin. I can't deny that streaming has given us some good things. Several movies and shows that I love that do have great cinematography and storytelling. It has given opportunities to filmmakers and production companies to distribute their projects that they otherwise would not have been able to. And despite Netflix's CEO's nonsense comments about cinema, Netflix do give some of their movies short, select theatre releases. And Apple TV Plus have invested a lot into cinematically releasing their movies like F1, which was high quality and successful. But I believe it's true that most movies and shows that come out of streaming aren't good. Namely Netflix's $200 million wastes. Also through streaming, the line between film and TV has become blurred, for better or worse. You've probably seen this video that perfectly explains this, so I won't go on for too long about this. But in the last 5+ years across both cinema and streaming, so many movies have just looked like crap, have been written poorly, and have been woke as hell. Again, the art has been diluted. I think that cinematic movies started looking crap because of the influence of streaming. Majority of Netflix originals, movie or show, all look the same, but there are some directors who get an exception and make something distinct. If you go beyond Netflix, you see more impressive examples of the craft. It's unusual how TV shows now look much better than most movies. TV shows looking so good is not a bad thing though, it shows a lot of filmmaking talent. But film and TV should be different viewing experiences. Though we are seeing a turnaround on films returning to cinematic visual glory, warranting a cinematic viewing experience. Another annoying thing is that audiences are so quick to just label anything they watch as a streaming movie, which is shallow. I find it funny how when a critically acclaimed streaming original movie comes out, no one labels it as a streaming movie. What is the difference between this and this? There are not entirely different sects of directors where one goes, I'm making movies for the cinema, so I'm going to make it good. And the other goes, I'm making movies for streaming, so I'm going to make it not good. No, Every director, no matter their distribution method, is trying to make something good. As a visionary filmmaker once said,
"It's not a matter of how well can you make a movie. It's how well can you make it under the circumstances. Because there's always circumstances."
a lot of the time audiences don't know what they're talking about. You don't know whether or not something distributed by a streaming service was actually made with that intention. Enola Holmes is a great quality and delightful movie, led by the always great Millie Bobby Brown. Enola was originally going to be cinematically released, but because of COVID it went to Netflix. And now that successful film series has found its home at Netflix. Young Woman and the Sea is a great drama telling the inspiring true story of Trudy Ederle. I was really invested in this film. I think it's Daisy Ridley's best work, and it's a Disney Plus original. Director Joachim Ronning had been trying to make this for 9 years, and it managed to find a home at Disney Plus. Blue Beetle was originally going to come out on streaming, but then they thankfully gave it to cinemas. The original release plan didn't alter the way the director approached making the film. Sometimes streaming is a door that opens for filmmakers. That's why I hate hearing that label. It's unfair to filmmakers. To the up-and-coming filmmakers out there, go and make your movie. Do it with passion. Have fun. Write them well. Shoot them well. And if a streaming service is an opportunity for your movie to be seen, take it. It's better than nothing. If I were to make a feature film and wasn't able to get it an ideal cinema release, I would still want people to see it. I wouldn't want people to just write it off and judge it differently because it's on streaming. But if an opportunity for a cinema release comes your way, absolutely take that over streaming. I know the market is so competitive and it's harder to get people to go to the cinema now, but we all need to work together to elevate cinema. This is all a part of what I firmly believe is the inevitable collapse of Hollywood and the rise of indies. But that's a whole other discussion. When we get streaming movies like Wake Up Dead Man, I just eye roll at the term even more. So please stop saying streaming movies and let's just make good art. What's your take on this? What are some movies and shows to come out of streaming that you love? Let me know in the comments below, and may the force be with you.